US President Donald Trump has threatened to halt aid to Jordan and Egypt if they refuse to take in Palestinians after he floated a plan to relocate Gazans to the two countries. Now, the threat came after Egypt rejected, quote-unquote, any compromise that would infringe on Palestinians' rights after Foreign Minister Badr Abdelatty met with his US counterpart in Washington.
Would you withhold aid to these countries if they don't agree to take in the Palestinians?
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Why not? I mean, if they don't agree, I would conceivably withhold aid. Yeah.
Now, Trump is due to meet Jordan's King Abdullah II in Washington today. He's also expected to meet with the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and the President's Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff. Earlier in an interview with Fox News Channel, Trump said that Palestinians would not have the right to return to the Gaza Strip under his proposal to redevelop the enclave, contradicting his own officials who has suggested Gazans would only be relocated temporarily.
Would the Palestinians have the right to return?
No, they wouldn't, because they're going to have much better housing, much better. In other words, I'm talking about building a permanent place for them, because if they have to return now, it'll be years before you could ever. It's not habitable. It will be years before it could happen. I'm talking about starting to build, and I think I could make a deal with Jordan. I think I could make a deal with Egypt. You know, we give them billions and billions of dollars a year.
Jordan and Egypt, both major recipients of U.S. military and economic aid, have rejected Trump's Gaza plans. According to the 2024 data, Egypt received $214 million from the United States, while Jordan received $1.3 billion from the United States. A large number of displaced Palestinians live in both Jordan and Egypt. Prior to Israel's independence in 1948, there were approximately 75,000 Palestinians living in Egypt. The number grew to about 87,000 after the first Arab-Israeli war in 1948. And following the 1967 war, around 13,000 additional Palestinians entered Egypt. Now, in 2024, the Palestinian ambassador in Cairo said that as many as 100,000 Gazans had crossed into Egypt, whereas more than 2.39 million registered Palestine refugees live in Jordan, the largest number of Palestine refugees of all UNRWA fields. Most of them have full citizenship, though about 18% live in the 10 recognized Palestine refugee camps throughout the country. Meanwhile, the Egyptian Foreign Ministry said the country will host an emergency Arab summit on the 27th of February to discuss what it described as serious developments for Palestinians' cause. The move comes after high-level consultations with Arab leaders, including the State of Palestinian, which requested the meeting. Now, in other development, the United Nations has suspended its humanitarian operations in the stronghold of Yemen's Houthi rebels after they detained 8 more UN staffers. The UN said that the extraordinary decision to pause all operations and programs in northern Sada province was taken due to lack of necessary security conditions and guarantees.
The recent detention by the Houthi de facto authorities of 8 additional United Nations personnel, including 6 working in Sada Governorate, which has impacted our ability to operate. The Secretary General has instructed the agencies, funds, and programs of the United Nations, in the absence of the necessary security conditions and guarantees, to pause all operations and programs in Sada Governorate, Yemen.
The rebels in recent months have detained dozens of UN staffers as well as people associated with aid groups, civil society, and the once open US embassy in Yemen's capital.